Hey everyone, I hope you've had a great day so far and that you're doing well. For this video, we'll be going through an unboxing of the Furai model Windblade, and she is from the Transformers, particularly out of the comics, if I remember correctly, if we're thinking of her origins. And this particular model kit of Windblade was released by Flame Toys, I believe in 2022. And the reason why I say I believe, because whilst this has just recently arrived at my doorstep, it has been chilling in a warehouse, intentionally, not unintentionally, for some time. So I think it was an early 2022 release. But anyway, sometime in 2022, Windblade has come out, and I do believe she is still generally available. So as I mentioned, this has recently arrived to me, and in terms of video releases, this one will probably come out after the video of Cliff Jumper. So they actually came together as a nice little bundle of joy. So getting straight into the thick of it, here is the front of the Windblade model kit. Not a bad looking front box art. It feels a little diminished compared to the previous releases, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. The model does look really cool, and being a non-transforming figure, I think they've had some more creative freedom when detailing Windblade's robot mode. But in terms of the general look, they're very much on par with what you would expect with Windblade. So that's the front of the box. A lot of these Furai model kits don't have too much in the way of the sides, which is cool. But there is some stuff on the back of the box, which is cool. There's another shot of the kit in question. I'm definitely looking forward to see how much of this color separation is legitimate for her head. We do have a nice front and rear shot of Windblade. Obviously there's been some more stylizations taken on her look that aren't necessarily the same from either her comic appearance, her appearance in Combiner Wars, her toy appearance in the last few years, but theme-wise it's definitely still well and truly Windblade. And on this side we just have a few action shots. This kit claims over 50 movable joints, so yes, it actually should be some very good articulation, but it does look very cool. And lastly we have a shot of the included runners, so there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 14. And in terms of colors, there's a nice range of colors from what we can see in that. So that was a look of outside the top and bottom of the box. In terms of inside the box, if I can get this open, so we have a manual, which is to be expected, and it looks like there will be a sticker sheet included, but we won't be, oh, I just thought it was there. There's the sticker sheet. It's actually not that bad. I think Starscream had a much more imposing sticker sheet. So we have that, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bags of runners. Surprisingly enough, there has been some pre-painting on some of these pieces, not a lot. So it'll be interesting to see how that actually looks, given that now that I've been looking at the model kits from Doyusha, some of the pre-painting on that has been truly remarkable. So now that we've had a look at the box and have a rough idea of what's inside, I will get everything out of plastic and we can have a better look. And with everything now out of the bags, that was actually the most pleasant unbagging I've ever had. I didn't notice it initially when I was looking at those bags, but when I was taking the runners out, they're the fancy bags that have the little sticker seal at the top, so all you have to do is just open up the bag, take everything out, and just reseal the bag. Probably drives up the cost because that's some fancy bagging, but yeah, that was a really pleasant unbagging. Anyway, here we have the front of the manual featuring Windblade. I wonder why they did Windblade in purple here. Just seems weird to do it in purple. She is an Autobot, it just seems weird to do it in purple. Front of the manual, back of the manual just has some images of some of the articulation the kit will have and how to cut things out. Parts list, which we did see on the back of the box, and there are some pieces sprinkled out each of these runners that will have some level of pre-painting. In terms of the build, this will be interesting. Just looking at it alone, it's very colourful. Actually feels very overpowering in some areas. Feels like there's a lot to go through. Building through the head unit to begin with, and a lot of that does look like it will be colour separated, which is cool. Going through the chest build, the waist and the hip, the arm. So yes, it will do both left and right arms, and then the hands for each, left and right leg, as well as the feet. The feet actually look quite detailed, surprisingly enough, which also isn't too surprising at the same time because I suspect there will be a lot of articulation in those. And to wrap things up, going through the weapons, her wings from her alt mode, which get neatly tucked away into her back, and then there will be all the various stickers being applied and putting all the pieces together, and there will be some commentary about some of the body articulation. A very detailed set of instructions. Granted, they are cramming a lot into I dare say A5 pamphlet back and front, not even back and front, but it does feel quite heavy on the instructions. So that was the manual in terms of the stickers, which we did see previously. It's not terribly bad. I mean, they're basically detailing stickers. They're not the same type of stickers that Starscream had, which basically were used to pretty much detail up entire wings. So that's actually not too bad. It's pretty good in the way of a sticker sheet. In terms of the runners, and there are a few to get through. So we have two A's, A1 and A2. So A1 is in a bit of this fake gold color, with two bits having some sky blue pre-painted. Doesn't look too bad. But yes, I think Trumpeter and Doyusha definitely trail ahead with the pre-paint. As for A2, it is a white piece of plastic. So this will be Windblade's face, basically. But there will be some pre-paint of the red detail, which does still look pretty good. So it's definitely not the worst pre-paint. There's definitely been a lot worse, but it's still pretty good. So there were the two A runners. Yeah, we do have a few Bs, so I'll start with B1. So there's two B1s, exact carbon copies in a... It doesn't look like it's black, although I suspect it should be black. It's like a really dark blue. In fact, it reminds me of the same type of blue that the Master Gundam has. It's one of those weird, I think you're black but you look blue, but maybe you should be blue, but yeah, it's one of those. So that's two B1s. We also have a B2 and a B3. B2 goes into red, and B3 is that bluey, blacky, whatever color it wants to be known as. One C runner in that bluey, blacky. But we do have a little bit of pre-paint on some pieces here. Detailing still is quite nice on some of the pieces as well, so definitely don't discount that. So that's the C runner. We have a D runner that has gone back to red, as well as a little bit of sky blue pre-paint on one piece here as well. D runner. We have two E runners, E1 and E2. E1 in red, E2 in, maybe I'll just call it dark blue. E1 does have a few bits of pre-paint in the way of some white trimmings. Still pretty cool. So those are the two E's. We have a single F runner, back in that bluey color. Although honestly, looking at the front of the manual, I do suspect it's supposed to be black, but oh well. So there's that. And we have three G runners, small ones. So starting with G1, which is basically a clear runner, but it has had some injection of color into it. So Windblade's sword will have that purple color running through it, and these other pieces will have a bit of the blue going through it. This one seems to be a bit more of a green though. So that was G1. And we also have a G2 and a G3. G2 being a bit of a sky blue. Just a few pieces there. And G3 feeling a touch on the rubbery side. So this looks like it would be the equivalent of some polycaps. So those were those. So that brings us to an end of the unboxing of the Furai model Windblade kit. A good amount of runners. Detailing looks quite good. Definitely be interesting to see how Windblade looks once all put together. I don't think there's much of a color guide on this, unfortunately. I mean, looking at some of these pictures, the runners that I feel look that really dark blue, looking at all the instructions and all these, it probably is supposed to be a black, so I guess we'll see how things go. It's quite possible the lighting has done me a bit of a dirty and not made it look as black as it should be. Thank you very much for watching this video. Feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the content. All of this does help support the channel, and I do greatly appreciate it. Extra content can also be found on my Instagram account, link below. Stay safe and take care, and I will catch you all in the next video, which, given the month that it's been, probably something Transformers related. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Otherwise, I'll see you guys later. Bye.